Hi, this is Deborah Cook. It is Sunday, August 2nd at about 8:30 in the morning. And what you're looking at on screen is something I was alerted to late Friday night. This was sent on a Friday night, typical of what Christopher Everard likes to do to people. He tries to send these things out on Friday nights to ruin people's weekends, but it didn't ruin mine. And he had Chris Geo send this to YouTube as a complaint against my channel to YouTube. So now he's having Chris Geo, well, he's always had Chris Geo do his dirty work for him. So obviously, Everard couldn't make the complaint himself, so he's having Chris Geo make the complaint. And if you look to the left of the screen, you're going to see the actual complaint in its entirety. And Chris Geo has to fill in a form. I guess when you complain to YouTube, you have to fill in this form, and it says title, and he wrote program director for a little internet radio station. Okay, whatever. Then you're supposed to put in your full legal name, and he writes Chris Geo. Okay, first of all, Chris Geo is not his full legal name. Chris Geo's full legal name is Cristobal Castillo, Castillo. And he has a criminal record in Texas, and he spent a year in prison. Then he wrote company name, Truth Frequency Radio. Trademark owner name, and he wrote Truth Frequency Radio. Relationship, self. Email, then he gives his email. Brand type, and he writes logo. Register status, no, I claim use rights, that's what he wrote. Jurisdiction of registration, US. Registration number. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that YouTube is probably asking for a registration number from the US Copyright Office, maybe. But since there isn't one, and there probably isn't one, Geo just wrote his website URL. Whatever. Content type, video. And then he put the URL for my video. And then clarification. Now, this is what Chris Geo wrote. The video, and the video that he's referring to is the one where Christopher Everard says there is such a thing as normal child pornography. Okay? So Chris Geo wants that video taken down. Actually, he wants more than that. So clarification right here. And you can read it as well. Make your video full screen and you can read it as well. Chris Geo writes, the video prominently displays our logo throughout the duration of the video and within the YouTube search result thumbnails, which confuses users and gives the impression that our company is responsible for this video. No, it doesn't. Once a user clicks on the video, then they are shown a substandard presentation and tabloid-style content, both of which tarnish the reputation of our serious and respectable news reporting agency. Then he goes on to say, please disable this account to prevent further misuse of YouTube and clickbaiting. So he's not asking for the video to be taken down, one video. He's asking for my entire YouTube account to be disabled, okay? Interesting use of the word disable, too, because that's what they did to my Facebook page back in 2014, February of 2014. And then he gives his signature, Chris Geo, which we've gone over that. That's not even his real name. Now, let's just talk about this for a second. First of all, this is the image that I used on the original video. And I have blocked out their Truth Frequency logo, which is basically a badly designed logo that I guess Chris Geo has some sort of delusions of grandeur that he thinks that logo is recognizable worldwide, much, I guess, like the Nike logo, and it's going to cause clickbaiting. Okay, yeah, whatever. First of all, I don't care that the logo is in it or not in it. And I'm going to show this whole video, the original video, the audio from it, at the end of this video. So, Anyway, that I've blocked off where the truth frequency logo used to be in this image. Now, if Chris Geo has a problem with his logo showing up in screen grabs from Christopher Everard's Facebook page, then he needs to take it up with Christopher Everard. Okay, but because and anyway, Facebook actually owns that image, not Chris Geo. Anything you post on Facebook, when Christopher Everard posted that image on Facebook, Facebook now owns it. Okay, and plus there's logos used worldwide. Like there's people using CNN logos and Fox News logos and RT logos all over the place on YouTube. But Chris Geo is suffering delusions of grandeur, probably from all that pot smoking and ayahuasca that he's taking, all these drugs that he's taking, because he's a self-admitted drug user. And he thinks his logo is so recognizable that it shows up. This is the actual size right here. If you look at the upper right part of your screen, actual size YouTube thumbnail. It's the size of a head of a pen. Or that logo, that little blue dot, is the size of Chris Geo's brain on drugs. Okay? It's smaller than 10-point type. It shows up as a little blue dot. And he's saying that is clickbaiting. And then he's saying that once people click on that, because of his logo, that blue dot, he's saying that they're shown a substandard presentation and tabloid-style content, which tarnish the reputation of his serious and respectable news reporting agency. Serious and respectable, first of all, I'm not tabloid-style, I'm telling the truth. And I don't claim to make these phenomenal videos, I'm just putting the information out there. So, but he's saying that he has a reputation for serious and respectable news reporting. And first of all, they're not a news reporting agency. They're just a little internet radio station, two potheads with a microphone and an internet connection. That's what this is. Okay, serious and respectable. They talk about Nibiru and aliens and consciousness and drugs. Oh my gosh, do they talk about drugs? You know, these Chris Geo, the Rocky Mountain High carpet cleaning motherfucker, that's all he seems to ever talk about is drugs, drugs, drugs. Okay? So, okay, Geo, I've taken it all down. But the audio is going to remain, and I'm claiming fair use on this. Also, let me remind you that Chris Geo is the one 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes after I went public, November 27th, 2012, about Christopher Everard. Within 5 minutes, Geo was calling me a honeypot, COINTELPRO. 5 minutes. This was planned from the beginning. They had it all ready for what they were going to do. So, Geo has a habit of calling women honeypots. I am not the first. You might want to Google that. I am not the first woman he has called a honeypot. I don't even know Chris Geo. I had the misfortune of knowing Christopher Everard in real life. I don't even know this Chris Geo. And Everard is getting Geo to do his dirty work. I used to think that Everard was Geo's bitch, but now I'm thinking that Geo is Everard's bitch. Okay? So that's what they did. Also, Chris Geo and Chris Everard are responsible for putting my home address out on the internet. They are responsible for online harassment and threats. Putting someone's home address out there is threatening. All right? And they did that back in 2012 and 2013. Chris Geo also threatened to put my elderly mother's home address public on the internet. And I'm not the first person he's done that to either. Okay, Chris Geo has a habit of online harassment, as does Chris Everard. Okay, so this is an ongoing thing with them. As soon as you go up against these people, they will harass you, threaten you, try to discredit you in any way possible. Okay, Chris Geo and Chris Everard and Cherie Geo, which that's not her real name either. Her real name is Cherie Dill Vodak, went on their little internet radio show and they slandered me. All three of them slandered me for more than an hour. Now, first of all, I don't even know Chris Geo and I don't know Cherie Geo. And so obviously they're trying to protect each other. criminals protecting criminals. So anyway, let me play the audio of the original video because I still want this up here. And this is the audio, and I'm only using like a tiny little snippet from a much larger 2-hour internet radio broadcast. So I'm claiming fair use, all right? And this is the original audio from the original video, and the original title was Chris Everard Says There Is Normal Child Pornography, okay? So the rest of this video will be the original audio from the original video. And I just want you guys to stay safe out there, stay away from these criminals and con men, and protect your families, okay? And you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Bye-bye. Or not bye-bye, the video's going to play now. Hi, it's Deborah Cook. It is Saturday, July 11th, 2015 at about 1:30 in the afternoon Pacific time. And what you're looking at on screen is a recent post that Christopher Everard made on his Facebook page. And I claim fair use for all of this because Facebook actually owns all the copyright to anything that anybody posts on Facebook. I don't know if you know that, but they do. So Christopher Everard made this post on Facebook. You can read it full screen, make your video full screen. And he was recently on the radio, and I say that loosely because it is internet radio. It does not go out over airwaves. It is not broadcasted. It is on the truth frequency radio on the internet, okay, with the Geos. Chris Geo and Cherie Geo run that internet radio network. Now, Chris Geo actually has a criminal record, and that's been exposed in lots of different places. Christopher Everard supposedly has a criminal record, and I'm waiting to get verification on that. I do believe it's true. And this was on the Kev Baker show. Now, I don't know anything about Kev Baker, but if he's got any sort of interactions with those people, then I kind of question him as well. So Christopher Everard the other day went on this little internet radio show, and he started talking about basically what's going on in Hampstead. Now, I'm not really sure about everything that's going on in Hampstead because I really don't pay attention to this stuff, but there was one thing in particular, and I claim fair use on this, and I have it recorded right here. A friend sent me this, and then I was able to record this. So basically, Christopher Everard is on this little internet radio show talking about child pornography. And what I'm going to alert you, actually, you know what? I'm just going to play it, and then I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to show you. So let me just play this right here, because I don't want to color your opinions in any way. So let's just play it. Let's just start this right here. This is the Kev Baker internet radio show on the truth frequency, and he has Christopher Everard on, along with the mother of these Hampstead children and her boyfriend, okay? And this is that radio show, and you can probably hear it. You can probably find it on YouTube or whatever. But just listen to this, okay? Here we go.
Now, I'm just putting Chris in at this point because I think this is a good point, Chris, so just to briefly touch on the roots of maybe the cult that we're dealing with here. Yeah, well, I discovered that in 1967 there was a guy called Ronald White, and he formed a coven at Queen's Wood, which is in Hampstead Heath. And this coven attracted millionaires who live in Hampstead. And they celebrated outdoors on all of the purposes, all of the pagan holidays. And this coven grew really, really big. And it had well over 100 members, and they called themselves the Regency. And tomorrow I'm going to follow up a few leads that I got today. And basically what I'm trying to do is write articles where I'm kind of taking each of the allegations from the children's testimonies and, really rooting through old newspapers and letters and postcards and whatever I can find to actually corroborate as much of the allegations as possible, because basically, as far as I understand English law, is that you can apply for a judge's ruling to be set aside if you can show that there is a kind of critical mass of corroborative evidence that was overlooked at the time by the police.
And Berlinger as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unwillingness to even look into it.
Yeah, and of course today I published an article about this police officer at Barnet Police Station called David Badiel, and he was in possession not of just normal child pornography, but it was rated as the highest, most extreme child pornography.
Did you hear that? Did you hear Christopher Everard's own words coming out of his own mouth saying it wasn't just normal child pornography, it was extreme child pornography? As if in Christopher Everard's world, there's a difference between extreme child pornography and normal child pornography. It wasn't just normal child pornography. That's what he said. Those are his own words. That's the first time he mentions it. Let's move on.
That's not a normal child pornography case.
That's not a normal child pornography case. Once again. Okay, here we go.
The actual case against him actually said this is extreme pornography. Now, just down the road from Hampstead, you've got Kentish Town. I mean, you can jump on a bus and get to Kentish Town, no problem. And there's a priest who was also a friar, and he too had more than 5,000 images of extreme child pornography. There's not normal child pornography. This is really extreme.
Did you hear that? Once again, that's the third time he mentioned it. That's not normal child pornography. That's extreme child pornography. Those are Christopher Everard's own words on the Kev Baker Show on the Truth Frequency Radio Network, which is a little dinky internet radio network. Okay? It's not even real radio. But those are Christopher Everard's own words. 3 times right there, he mentions normal child pornography versus extreme child pornography. Now, I'm sorry, in my world, all child pornography is illegal, you asshole, Everard. Really? There's nothing normal about child pornography, Christopher Everard. Okay, let's listen to the end of it.
Child pornography. Now, he got off with a caution. And so, basically the threads that I've been following today and yesterday is leading me towards this coven, which is called the Regency. You see, for people out there, I mean, this might seem unconnected with this priest and this place, but that place is in the same kind of area in the station as where this was all centred. And by going to the clergy, we're also adding weight to the evidence that Gabriel and Alicia brought forward in the first place, because some people will still say it's quite ridiculous. However, if we're able to build case after case where we can show patterns of these things happening, maybe we can get through to those people out there who haven't woken up, who haven't realised that this is as real as it gets. It's dark, it's horrible, and that's reality, folks, and we had better face it now, because as Ellen and Abraham are saying, they're trying to legalise this. This is going to become normal. Okay, Ellen and Abraham, sorry for jumping in, I love you, love it. Now, I'm just...
Okay. Basically, what's going on here is Christopher Everard latches on to these pedophile news stories He latches on to child pornography, news stories, so that when people like, I don't know, me, go public about him, he can hide behind meta tags and Google search words saying that he exposes this stuff. Now, first of all, Christopher Everard is not a journalist. His channel is not a channel, it's a subscription website. The radio he's on is not real radio, it's internet radio. And he is using Google search words and meta tags to hide behind. And then what he does is he screams persecution if anyone goes public about what he is. Now, I saw child pornography on Christopher Everard's computers. And this is what's going on. He is attacking me, he is slandering me, and he is trying to discredit me on the internet because of what I saw. And then he screams persecution, that he exposes subjects like this. No, you don't. Everard, you were just caught saying there's a difference between extreme child pornography and, what did he say? Normal child pornography? Yeah. What's that, Everard? I think that's the police knocking on your door. Good luck with that, Everard, in a court of law. All child pornography is illegal. There's no such thing as normal child pornography. Okay? Is the scariest sound that Christopher Everard will ever hear. And I doubt they will even knock. They'll probably just bust down his door. So, anyway, Christopher Everard is a criminal. I've shown on my channel that he's a con man, he's a charlatan, he's a fraud, and I've now shown that he has child pornography on his computers. And that's why I would never let this go. If it was just about the money that he conned off of me, I would have let it go. I would let it go years ago. It would have been gone. But this is something bigger, and I want this guy in prison. Now, Christopher Everard's days of freedom are numbered, okay? And he will be hauled away to jail very, very soon. So what I want to tell everyone out there is please stay safe. Please stay safe on the internet and stay away from these con men. And just keep your photos on Facebook, any social media. Put your photos of your family, especially your children, private to you and only you, because Christopher Everard and his accomplices look for things like that on your profiles on social media. So put all of your photos of your family, especially your children, private. Okay? Please do that right now. As soon as you finish watching this video, go to your social media and make all your photos private. Okay? And I just want everyone to stay safe out there. And hopefully, one day, very, very soon, you will see a news story of Christopher Everard getting arrested. Can't wait. Okay, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Hi, it's Deborah Cook. It is Saturday. Oops, I started the video again. My bad. Anyway, that was it. That is the video in its entirety. And this is going to be the revised edition of this video showing that Everard got Chris Geo to try and take down my whole channel because of one little blue dot logo. Is it really about the blue dot logo, or is it about that video? I don't know. Well, I do know, but yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys. So I just want you guys to be safe out there, stay safe on the internet, and stay away from these con men and criminals and charlatans and frauds and deviants like Christopher Everard, okay? And his little minions like Chris Geo, okay? So you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I will make another video soon.